The Gauls, otherwise known as the Celtic people, lived in Gaul during the Iron Age and Roman period. They lived in the 5th century BC through the 5th century AD. They lived in what was known today as France, Belgium, Switzerland, southern Germany, parts of Austria, and northern Italy. The Gauls were separated into different tribes, and although they were never united under one leader, were capable of uniting forces in large-scale military operations. The Gauls reached their peak of power in the early 3rd century BC. The eventual conquest of Gaul was in 50 BC during the Gallic Wars. The Gaul then became the province of the Roman Empire. After this, the Gauls' cultural identity soon assimilated into the Gallo-Roman culture. They lost their tribal identities by the end of the 1st century AD. This is the story of the Gauls' demise and how the Roman Gaul fell. In the middle of the 4th century BC, the Gallic tribes were in northern Italy. This region was known as Cisalpine Gaul to the Romans. In 390 BC, the Gauls seized and conquered the city of Rome. This triggered a Roman thirst to conquer Gaul. After this, the Romans then proceeded to defeat the tribes of the Insubres, which is located in modern-day Milan. They established cities in the buffer zone there. Hannibal of Carthage made an alliance with the Gauls against the Romans. After this, the Romans proceeded to win the battle of the Second Punic War. By 181 BC, Rome had colonized Cisalpine Gaul. By the 2nd century BC, Rome had extended their territory on Gaul even more. It now extended across the Alps to the south of France. An alliance with the Audi against the Allobroges and the Arverni gave the Romans control of the Rhone River Valley after 120 BC. 50 years after an invasion by Germanic Cimbri, new waves of invasion into Gaul took place by the Helvetii, otherwise known as modern-day Switzerland. These invasions triggered Rome to conquer the rest of Gaul during the Caesar era. The Romans easily did so between the years of 53 to 50 BC. Caesar left the cities he conquered in Gaul with a significant measure of autonomy, or, in other words, he left them with freedom. This helped Rome secure an allegiance with the Gallic soldiers when a civil war broke out against Pompey. The Roman Gaul was divided up into 4 parts: Narbonensis, Aquitania, Celtica, and Belgica. During the next 2 centuries of the Roman Gaul, occasional revolts occurred due to increasing frequent invasions of Germanic tribes. During the Roman reign of Marcus Aurelius, the Germanic tribes crossed the Limes. The Limes were fortifications from the middle of Rhine to upper Danube. The frontier legions of Rome rebelled along the Rhine River. Civil wars were starting to erupt in Rome. Rome was dying, and so was the Roman Gaul. In 240 AD, Gaul, Spain, and Britain formed an independent Gallic empire. This lasted for 13 years until Emperor Aurelian reclaimed Gaul for Rome in 273. The Germanic tribes once again attacked Rome and devastated the country as far as their territory extended into Spain. Invasions from the Germanic tribes continued and swelled in the 4th century AD. Finally, in the 5th century AD, the Visigoths had taken Aquitania from Rome. The Franks were now ruling Belgica, and the Burgundians had taken over the Rhine River. By the early 6th century, Rome had completely and forever lost control of Gaul. The Roman Empire would soon fall after this.